Our time at exactly 7:30. A very good evening to you. How are you doing this beautiful Tuesday evening? A big thank you to the teams before me. That is Dan with the tech show as well as the sports team. It is time for Backstage, the space where art meets purpose and stories come alive behind the curtain. I'm Patience Musa, and tonight I'm honored to host a young man whose pen carries both power and purpose. He's been on the show before, and he's an author, a philanthropist, a human rights advocate, and the founder of the World Change Organization. Many know him as the voice for the voiceless, a storyteller whose words hold up a mirror to society whilst offering hope to those navigating life's harshest storms. In the studio with me today is Kundai Masache. Kundai, welcome.
Thank you, Peshi. It's good to be here.
It's nice to see you.
It's nice to
I haven't
see
seen
you.
you. We haven't seen each other in a very, very, very long time, right?
Almost a year.
Yeah, it could easily be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So now you gave us the first book, Hope, A Letter to My Unborn Child. How is that book doing?
I did very well, and it's still doing very well. But now looking into getting into the new one.
Okay, so now you have a new offering, Far from the Tree, A Tale of Redemption. So, all right, so these are totally different books. But before we talk about these books, as well as the new book, let's talk about you. How's your brand doing? How have you been doing?
I've been doing very well. We thank God for that. I've managed to get a lot of support from different companies and different individuals as well.
Are you still in school?
Yes, still.
How's that going? Which year?
Going to third year right now.
Sheesh.
But school
Ew.
school is mad.
Huh?
Yeah, school is mad.
Huh? How has it been?
Law school is hard.
You were so excited. You were so excited for it.
Yeah.
Are there any things that you thought were that didn't turn out to be misconceptions?
Well, I thought because I love the law, it was going to be easy, but it's not a walk in the park.
Yeah,
It's not a walk in
you
the
gotta
park.
read a
You
lot.
have to study hard. Yeah, definitely.
But look at you. Just
Yeah.
the other day, you were talking about how you were hoping to get in, and then now you're stepping into a whole third year.
Yeah, God is good.
Well
God is
done.
good. Thank you so much.
Okay, what about the other business? Your philanthropic projects, how are they doing? I know you used to donate sanitary ware to the less privileged. Are you still doing that?
Yes, we're still doing that. So on Monday last week, we went to Igava and we donated a couple of stuff in partnership with a few friends.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
talk about that. How do you manage to do that? Because you are just a student and you also work, yeah, and then you are newly married, yeah. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
All right. So how do you manage all of this?
It's a process. I guess it's a matter of prioritizing and giving yourself time. I've managed to create a good brand that sort of attracts a lot of good coming my way, so I appreciate God for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and then you do have your own organization. How is that organization doing as well?
The organization has been very slow because of a lot of pressure, trying to handle school, trying to handle work and family. But like I said, recently we managed to donate a couple of stuff in Marandera, and that's a good comeback for me in my philanthropic work.
Okay, so now let's talk about this brand new novel. What is it about?
It's basically a tale of redemption. So we get to speak about change, the change that you come into without expecting it to happen. And we also speak about family trauma. In a lot of families, we get to see that there's a lot of baggage that may be holding us back, and it's hard to sort of like go far from what the family sets for you. So I get to speak about a young man who is trying to go beyond what the family knows, beyond what the family has ever achieved. And I also get to speak about a young man who is going through a lot, who is trying to escape his demons in his head and also the demons that he's facing in life. So he's trying to fall far from the things that are trying to hold him back.
If you have any questions at all for Kundai, send them through to our WhatsApp 0772168045. Now, this new novel deals with addiction as well as trauma.
Yes.
So how do you balance writing raw emotional truth with storytelling?
Sometimes I try to get into spaces where I get to see the people who are dealing with addiction. If we speak of gambling, you get to experience raw emotions coming from someone who's losing everything just because they are addicted to gambling. So some people do gamble not because they want to, but because it's a means to an end. They want to be able to provide for their families, and also because of the economy, there are no jobs right now, so people are trying to do whatever they can in order to provide for their families.
Now, your main character is called Trevor, a journalist in Harare.
Yeah.
Between you and me, we won't tell anyone, even
Okay.
everyone on YouTube will promise not to tell.
Okay.
Is this person real? Is this someone we know?
Wow, Trevor is a lot of people fused into one. Trevor has a lot of demons. Trevor has a lot.
Does he
of
have
things
a bit
within
of you as well?
Definitely, but you'll never find out.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
So how much of his voice draws from your own inner critic or real life experiences?
So Trevor could be the person that I fear I could be. So he is everything that I do not want to be. But there's a part of Trevor that is in me that I'm afraid one day I might leave to be. So he's sort of like that persona, that monster that I keep far away from me. So he's far from me. But Trevor, I don't want to be Trevor. No one should be Trevor.
So now you're a lot of things, and I know that just as you said, writing has so many influences and even self influences. And you're studying law at the UZ and running a human rights NGO.
Yeah.
How do those two worlds meet on the page in Far From the Tree?
So a bit of experience from school has made me see life in a different perspective. At the point that I am at right now, I judge less, I observe more, and I'm kind and understanding. So with Trevor, I approached the character with so much grace that I had to walk through his journey and be able to give the people a story without judgment, but being critical about what he was going through.
Now, you have spoken about gambling, family trauma, and sex addiction.
Yeah.
How did these personal themes shape Trevor's journey?
Well, with gambling, I believe it sort of keeps him away from his family in as far as he's trying to be able to get funds so that he can provide for his family. It keeps him away because every time he loses funds, he goes mad. And with addiction, it sort of ruins his marriage. With sex addiction, it affects his marriage in the worst way, because now when he leaves that place and coming back to his wife, he feels very guilty. He doesn't know how to relate to his wife. There are always problems in his home now, and it's a very tricky situation. And if you read about it, you're going to enjoy his journey.
Now, addiction is a global conversation, but is there something uniquely Zimbabwean about it in your story?
Definitely. I believe we have been exposed to a lot of things at a very young age that has shaped us to be toxic people and to be men who do not want to be held accountable and men who are not responsible. So with Trevor, I'm trying by all means to make sure that I discuss this journey and be able to notify parents and to be able to caution parents on how to conduct and raise their children. And
we tend to look at certain addictions like we are not dark, what you, and it's just it's not taken seriously.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to gambling addictions and stuff, it's only I think recently, the past few years, that we've started to see no, Abba, counseling is needed. This person needs to go away to a home, and it's a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm glad as a country that we are in that space. Now, you explored a lot of controversial themes, one of them being LGBTQ.
Yeah.
In adding that to your book,
Yeah.
what was your chain of thought?
All right. So with this one, it was a very delicate matter to explore. I'm not advocating for that, but I'm discussing the conflict that arise when they say old ways should give way to new thinking. So I'm trying to discuss what happens with, let's say you are a parent, your child comes out as gay. How do you handle that situation? So I'm discussing the point of conflict where we have Christianity, we have our own culture, and this new way of thinking. So I'm discussing issues around that, not advocating for it.
You've certainly raised a few themes there that will get a lot of us thinking, because again, that's something else that we don't want to talk about. It's something that we're still sweeping underneath the carpet, won't be dealt with, hoping that sparks some conversations. The title Far From the Tree evokes all sorts of proverbs. It's a certain proverb for me. But why did you choose that title for the book?
Far from the tree. I believe I was looking into Trevor's journey and also another character called Mutawashe. So these are two different characters. Mutawashe is one who is trying to be totally different from her mom. Her mother is very traditional. Her mother is a very submissive wife, and she wants to be independent and free from what she thinks is abuse. So she believes submission is abuse. She wants to be far from what she knows from her home. And Trevor is trying to be far from what he has adopted. His character, his gambling, his addiction. He's trying to fall far from all that, and also far from his father's shadow.
Our time at exactly 17 minutes to the hour 8 here on my station, your station, ZiFM Stereo, Zimbabwe's hottest station. I'm Patience Musa, and tonight on Backstage, I'm in conversation with the incredible Kundai Masache. Nyasha Tota, how are you doing this evening? Good to know that you are tuned in. And so, you know what, we can go on and on and on and on and talk about this book. But this book is totally different to the one that you wrote before.
Yeah.
So, what kind of a writer are you? Where would you place yourself? Are you placing yourself anywhere?
No, I wouldn't say that. I believe I'm just one person who is willing to tell a story that gets close to my heart. So I wouldn't want to limit myself to anything. You might find myself writing textbooks.
Next will be a textbook.
No, I don't know that, but I think so.
It may. Okay.
Yeah, could be, yeah.
And, what responsibility do you believe Zimbabwean authors have in reshaping national narratives around mental health as well as masculinity?
I think Zimbabwean authors need to discuss more about men being able and being okay with being vulnerable and being in touch with their emotions, because I believe men should bleed and men should breathe, because we are taught that you shouldn't cry, you should dust yourself up, go out there and start again. No man wants to appear weak. We have this need to want to appear strong. So we need to discuss more. I was talking to someone that said men do not want to be men anymore. And I highly dispute that, because I want us to be able to understand that men need to talk about their issues, men need to cry, men need to breathe.
And, redemption is a central theme in your novel.
Yep.
What do you believe are the non-negotiables for true redemption in real life? Are there any?
No. You can find redemption from any story, from anywhere. You can always come back and be
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Takunda Tasa, listening in from Bulawayo, a very good evening to you. 0772168045 is our WhatsApp. Now, as someone who advocates for the voiceless, how do you then ensure in your writing that you are not speaking for others, but speaking with them?
With them.
Yes.
All right. I'm not, I would never call myself a motivational speaker or a motivational writer. I do discussions. My books are all about discussing issues that are happening in our society. So it's basically a discussion, not a thought that is meant to be compelled on others.
And so if you do have any questions for Kundai, send them through to our WhatsApp 0772168045. Now, this book is yet to be launched.
Yes.
When is this launch?
The launch is happening on Saturday at Cresta Jameson Hotel from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. right here in Harare.
Okay, so is it going to be an ordinary launch where you're just like, oh, this is my new book, and we all clap our hands and go, yeah, 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 yeah. What's the program looking like?
It's going to be a full-blown launch. We're going to have speakers from different walks of life. So we have Honorable Sheikh Timburwa, he's going to be a guest speaker. We have Bishop George, he's also going to speak. And we have Tracy Hunter from Associated Tires, who is also going to speak.
And so got a message here says, got a message here coming through from Collins, listening in from Torashanga. Thank you so much, Collins. Good to know that you are tuned in. 0772168045. By the way, he's enjoying the conversation.
Great.
Now, look, in your books, you publish a lot of personal experiences.
Yeah.
How does that feel after you publish it? Do you feel naked? Do you feel stripped? Do you feel exposed? How does it feel? Or is it a burden lifting from your shoulders?
I would want to call it burden lifting. It's basically me trying to expose what lives in my mind. It may not necessarily be my story, but somebody else's story. So, yeah, I expose myself through it, but it makes me feel lighter.
So, let's talk about that character again, Trevor from your book, the journalist.
That's not me,
Yeah.
That's not me.
If he were to write a story,
Yeah.
your story,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the title? Would he be that journalist who offers to write the story or wants to be paid something for the story?
I guess Trevor would not want to tell his story because there's a lot of stuff that happens that should remain hidden. So if I was Trevor, I wouldn't tell the story. Definitely.
Now let's talk about your team. You have a whole team that you work with, and I've been watching you guys for a while now.
Yep.
On various platforms. You guys are a whole big family. Let's talk about that group of young people doing great things. Who's in this group? What is this group? What's this family called?
I believe we are just young men from different walks of life who have decided to support each other as we grow. So we come in different shapes and forms. We have Tinote Namatai. He's doing very well in the fashion industry. He's doing very well with advertising through Multi-Perry Creative Agency. We have Terence Maposa, who's doing very well with his restaurant and his resort that is coming soon.
Kose uruti by my government names.
I know them personally, so sorry. So Tinote Namatai is Hatiperi. Then Terence Maposa, that's Terry Map, Kwateri. And Magic is doing very well as well. Sean is touring right now with Coldplay. Yeah, everyone is doing quite well.
And how did you guys get together?
I believe it was through social media, and because we were doing different things at once, so we just connect and we support each other.
Who reached out to who though first?
Who reached out to who?
Because I mean, I know
Yeah.
you guys were pretty active on
Yeah.
on X
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it used to be
yeah.
Twitter back then. So how did you guys, get in touch? Did you, who inboxed who and said, hey, you guys, let's
connect.
stand together and support each other?
Alright, so with Tino Tenda, with Atiperi, we grew up together in Marondera. So he's my childhood brother, I can call him that. Then with Terry, I believe through social media we started engaging and we started talking. Now we work together. Also at Supreme Brands Carousel, that's where we work together as well. And with Magic, we work together through advertising and whatnot. So when I have an initiative that I'm doing, he can come through and we partner. If he has something that is doing it, I can support. We join hands and support.
And how's that brotherhood going?
I think it's a good one. It's a very healthy relationship. As you've seen, all those people have done a lot to support me through this book, posting videos online, coming through to the launch that are there on Saturday. So it's a very healthy relationship, like young men standing together to build each other. So I'd like to think it's very healthy.
Now, with your own organization, World Change Organization, and the changes in the states that have, of course, affected the NGOs all over the world, has your organization also suffered, and how are you managing?
It is quite a blow, but my organization relies mainly on crowdfunding instead of sponsorship from the US aid. But I used to get a lot of support from the Netherlands embassy, but right now, because there's limited funding through different organizations, it means that their budget will be stretched, so that affects our runnings as well. So it is quite a blow, but with God, we'll strive and do well.
My Delma pa kuchivere, good to know that you are tuned in. Also got a message here coming through from Amy, who says, I'm enjoying the discussion. Please advise how we can contact Mr. Kundai later. I'd like to chat, who is available for helping families to build each other, etc., etc. That's Amy.
Definitely. So she can reach out on Kundai Masache on Facebook, X, and Instagram.
Okay, back to your life as a writer.
Yes.
Okay, so are you able to tell us how many books you actually sold from your first book?
From the last one.
Is there a number yet? Is Agawanda?
We can just say Agawanda. I don't know a lot.
Were you distributing? Is it best to distribute on your own in Zimbabwe, or did you sign up to an
online stores?
A publisher?
The first one, I worked with Charles Mungoshi Jr. He supported me very well. He did amazing work with the book, with his Positive Hub. And this one, I worked with Tendai Dara. Oh, that's the brother I forgot to mention. Tendai has been very supportive. My first book, Tendai printed the first 100 copies for me to sell. So I appreciate him for that. And he's been very supportive with this one. He walks me through the journey. He's a very good author as well, so I learn a lot from him.
And then with this new book, you decided to of course you did sign up with Tendai. What's the difference there? What are the things that people who are writing should think about, or who are thinking of writing should look into?
I think it's more than writing, because when you tell a story, it might sound right in your head, but you need to have someone with a different eye and a different mind to look into your story. So I always laugh that when I write my books, it might be 200 pages, then you submit it, you get 70 pages back.
So how long did it take you to write this one?
I started in December last year, and I was done by May.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you actually write? Do you plan out everything like they say you should? No. Or are you just writing and these characters are just doing things as you go?
So I deleted this book twice. What happens is, I normally write on my phone, then I transfer to my laptop. So writing for me is whenever I find myself alone, I try by all means to, whatever comes to mind, I write that. So it will end up connecting. I might even start with the last chapter, going back to the first one. So it will all come back together. It will all fall into place.
There is a message here. I'm not sure. Somebody here says, I just want to advise not to succumb to Western movements like advocating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you already talked about that, and you said you're not
I'm
advocating.
not
You're just you're discussing it.
Yeah.
It's the reality on
discussion.
the ground.
Yeah.
0772168045 is our WhatsApp. 5 minutes actually it's 4 minutes of Backstage left here with Kundai Masache, and we're talking about his new book. You're on social media. What are your handles?
Kundai Masache on X, on Instagram, and Facebook.
Okay. So what are you going to do after you graduate?
Well, I'm thinking it's too early to tell, but I think I want to study further. I want to do a master's. I need to really get into the law.
endosa here izvozvo kana kuti wakutaura zvemusoro wako ndozonzi inini ndinokufurira pashow panapa
matishu anenge achibhadhara
yeah. Okay, so Kundai is why he's actually in the studio with us, and I saw the look on her face though when you said that. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say much. Mishek from Skies says, hey, I'm enjoying the show. Alrighty, so all the best with this new book. Again, let us know when is it being launched? Where is it being? Is it open to everyone to attend?
So we're selling tickets online on flippingtickets.com. So we now have VIP and VVIP tickets left. Standard tickets are sold out, so those are going for $15 and $20. And I also do deliveries around Harare, and I also have Tatenda who can do deliveries around Harare as well.
Okay. Those contacts again?
0776 519 499. Kundai Masache on all platforms.
All right.